Okay, so you guys are like in for such a treat today because we got some good stuff going on. We are going to be joined soon. First of all, welcome. Welcome to Rolling Out. Let me say welcome to Rolling Out because I'm Joe now. I've been rocking with Rolling Out as a contract writer for what, 7 years now. Oh, I'm glad we doing stuff early because see, we can't have this. Um, and it never gets dull. Like it never gets dull interviewing people. It never gets dull watching movies. I love watching movies. I love watching Black filmmakers, and it is so amazing to me. So what I'm gonna do is make this so we can also stream on. Oh no. Hold up. I'm gonna make it so that we can stream. Grant permission. No, I don't want to do it there. Let me go out. Go out, go out, go out. I did the wrong thing, you guys. I gave the wrong permission. I started going in on YouTube, but I didn't want to go on YouTube. I wanted to go on Facebook. So let me see where I can even get back to my Zoom. Am I gonna have to go all the way out and come back in? Looks like it. This always happens at the wrong time. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. So I'm already in here. We got 2 minutes. Most actors are on time. Yes, they are. And I just want to make sure that we're going to the right Facebook page that we're going to be streaming on. This endpoint is appreciated will be accessible once the new graph. What? Okay. On Facebook. Okay, preparing the stream. Let me make sure I can see if somebody's trying to get in. It's preparing. Public. The title in here is saying Sinners. So everybody to get ready. Because we got some keys. And Powell. And baby banner. Stars of the show. And let me move this up so we can go live. I gotta see myself live and make sure it's happening. I've been preparing you guys for this all morning. All morning. So I can't see where we're live, but I'm supposed to be able to see where we're live. But I'm just gonna assume that it's in there somewhere. And it's going live somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. Yay. It's a little delayed, but it's happening. Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon. Unmute yourself, Mr. Banner. Are you unmuted yet?
How are you, love?
There you go. How are you?
I'm awesome.
I love that sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's my brand.
I know. You know, I know. Look at you. You look amazing.
Appreciate it. Working on it.
They say, good thing we don't look like what we've been through.
Shit. I wouldn't be here.
You be on Skid Row, we wouldn't be able to recognize you.
Man. But well, to a certain degree, I guess we do, because the scars, that's the reason why I wear my white beard, and I don't dye my beard, because I believe to a certain degree we have to show our children a little bit of that,
We do.
so that they won't think it's all good, because it hasn't been.
So the scars right here, 3 years ago, I had throat cancer. So I have that scar from the port. I'm like, these are my warrior scars. Like,
oh yeah.
it's
Love, I have so many of them. I got them everywhere.
Okay, survivors. Hey, Chris.
But the smile, and the rest of it shows them that there is joy in all of that, though.
Yeah, I tell everybody, I'm not gonna let nobody steal me of my joy.
Yeah, can't give it to them because they want it.
There, I can breathe. I can see the sunshine. I get that vitamin D. Okay.
Yeah, we own it.
I'm not gonna let no human rob me of my joy. Okay. You got bigger plans.
You're right about that. I personally don't think nothing can.
Yeah, nothing.
Human or otherwise. I don't think nothing can steal your joy. It's a choice to give it away.
Yeah.
I even learned in my life that if you notice, most of the time, it don't even have to be hate. It could be love.
Right.
Most of the time you get into it with somebody, you say, I can't stand that something. Or you'll be like, man, I love that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We actually say it out loud before we give it away.
You have to say it out loud, right?
So I don't give people nothing.
Yeah.
I even tell these kids, I was like, I'm not mad at the decision that you make, but you don't have to lose control when you do it. Right. Whatever you decide to do, just do it. You feel me?
Do it, but keep your composure.
Yep.
Oh, something happened one time. I think this officer, we were at the basketball game, and I didn't have my media pass. So he's gonna grab me by my overalls in the back and pull me off the court. Now, what went through my mind is, all right, I got all this money in Cash App. I didn't dump it into my bank account yet. So this will be the card I can hand somebody, but my phone about to die. Like, all of that went through my mind before I reacted. If I go down, somebody got to get me out. So I learned over the years to think first before you react.
Yeah. And I also realized that, and this is as a man, especially from Mississippi, one of the biggest things I learned is sometimes you're bigger, and your purpose and what you have to do tomorrow is so much bigger than them. Because even like with them cops and stuff,
right?
Like, you're gonna be a miserable ass cop tomorrow. I'm gonna be David Banner in the morning. So in most cases, all I got to do is get past your stupidity. Right. And that, where we from, we was taught to kick ass. Right. Like the one time I got in trouble in the media is with me fighting cops. And I shouldn't have done that. That was a big mistake, I don't regret it, but it's something I shouldn't have done because my purpose was much bigger than their ignorance.
Much bigger. So you've been acting like, I try to wait for all the guys, but I guess they might be running a little behind.
Yeah, we can start. Yeah.
I remember like you've been acting a long time. So I remember you were at ABFF, and I don't remember what the movie was, if it was The Help or something they played there, but I was like, am I
seeing The Butler? It was The Butler. It was The Butler.
It was The Butler. Okay.
Yes.
And I was like, am I sitting next to David Ben? Like you were sitting right next to me, and I was like, well, I had to keep my composure, like, oh yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah. I know it's sort of hard to keep your composure with this much God-like spirit sitting next to you. But one of the things that I want people to know with me though is that I've been in acting school for 15 years.
Wow.
And that I think so many times these children will see the end result, similar to what we said about our scars. They'll
Right.
see the end result of greatness and only see the smiles and only see the end result, but they don't see flying to LA every week, going to acting school because I didn't want people to say I was the rapper who got the part because I was the rapper.
Exactly.
If you remember when I first did Black Snake Moan, that's when Samuel L. Jackson was on, rappers taking actors' parts.
Yep.
And my first movie was with Samuel L. Jackson. People don't remember that. So like I really had to step my game up.
Right.
And I want to be great. And I want when other actors see me acting, they'll know that I deserve those parts.
Exactly. Let's see. I don't want to hide non-participants. Okay, there we go. So now in Saints and Sinners, it just get deeper and deeper and deeper. Like it's like a novel that you're reading and you got to keep turning the pages because you don't know who getting ready to do what next.
Right.
That's the one thing I've always loved about this show is that you can't predict. Like it's not so typical. Like, oh yeah, he's gonna go over there and do. Like you don't know who gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Now this movie Judgment Day. Have you got a chance to screen the movie yet?
Well, no, I haven't had a chance to screen the movie, but I'm pretty up on the happenings. I can't tell y'all a lot, but what I will say is I think Judgment Day is one of the few movies that if you haven't been a fan of Saints and Sinners or you just missed it, which I don't know what tree you could have been under, but if you did miss Saints and Sinners, this is a standalone movie that's great within itself, and you don't necessarily have to have been a follower of Saints and Sinners to watch it. I think there's enough suspense, there's enough meat inside of the story that you can follow along and just become a fan of Judgment Day as a standalone movie by itself.
Right. What I love is that the compilation of veterans in the game. You got Vanessa Bell Calloway, Clifton Powell, Christian Key's been acting forever. All you guys, and even Jasmine Burke. To me, she's not a new actress anymore because I remember when she started, but that was like 12 years ago, So after a while, it's like how new is new. Did you mute yourself again? You hit mute again.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Karan Joseph Riley too. That's my little brother. And he's been killing the acting game. Y'all watch out for him. He does a great job. He did so well. He did so well that he actually died in the TV show and they brought flashbacks of him, doing the movie. So I'm proud of my little brother.
Karan, it's his spirit, his energy. Like I met Karan 13 years ago. Hello, Mr. Powell. How are you? And Karan's energy is so infectious. It's like either you're gonna love him or you just gonna hate it that you love him so much. You're not gonna not like him because he's not like confrontational to whereas you're like, I don't like that dude.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about my little brother is that you're gonna have to deal with it regardless. He's an ex-football player, and he's the type of cat where however you want to do it, he can do it. He's intellectual, he's smart. He really, really works at the craft of acting. Right. And it shows. The thing that I love about Saints and Sinners the most is that synergy that you're talking about. Right. You can even tell it when we're all set together. The conversations that we have, building with each other about our experiences, not just as actors, but as human beings on this earth. And I think it makes the synergy on film that much better.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out like where you are preachers' kids and you guys was like, as kids, you were sitting back in the church watching it all go down. Because, as our people can be messy when it comes to religion. And a lot of the messiness be right there inside the church. And you just hear it at the Sunday dinner table when the parents is like, do you see what pastor did? And this person, you know, and now we're older. I don't know. I never imagined that I would be old in this system. Like I'm looking like, wait a minute. Now I'm old school. Like, when did I get old school? Speaking
Clifton, you wanna take that one, Clifton?
Wow, right there.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. Ask to unmute. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you now.
Okay, what was the question? Hey, Dave, what's up, baby?
What's up with you, G? Good to see you, man.
Man, you know I'm still in the game after all these years, baby. That's let me just say this.
Clifton, hold on. Clifton looks younger than half of the young bucks on the show. Whenever he's drinking and eating, we need to bottle that up and we all will be billionaires.
I know.
Hey, Dave.
The skin is amazing. You always look, he's fit. His skin is.
Hey, let me say this, guys. I want to say this publicly before I answer any questions and tell y'all what my beauty secrets are.
Okay.
I want people to understand what it's like to work with David Banner. I meet a lot of people. Like, people come to me. I'm gonna start a consultation company because, as you know, Dave, everybody want to be an actor now. Everybody want to be famous. And there's some people I've worked with that just can't stay on point. They want to do it. Like Will Smith said, 99% of the people he meets are never gonna make it. When I say working with this cat right here, you know, Dave, from season 1, man, because I don't know all the music stuff and I never met you before. I am so impressed with how this guy comes to work. This Negro right here, man, I'm like, take a break, Dave. You ain't got to keep studying your stuff right now. We on lunch. Hey, Dave, am I lying?
That comes from being from Mississippi, man, and knowing how much this is a blessing, bro. Like, you know, my grandmother used to clean up for white folks, and I hated that, bro. Yeah. So like I know that I'm a rapper that's breaking in, that's in the acting game, and I was telling her before you got on, this is a craft that other people have spent their whole life working on, and I want y'all, when y'all see me, to be proud of me and not say that's a rapper that's acting, saying that's an actor that happens to rap. So like I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm serious, and I never want to be the one on set that they say I'm the one that's holding up the process. You feel me?
I got you. Yes, sir. I take my hat off to you, bro, because you know, when I read the script, Dave, you know, I only work like, say, 18 days on Saints and Sinners. And when I look at the script and I see some of you and Vanessa's lines, I'm like, ooh, Lord Jesus. Man, and some of them sermons. But I want all the young actors out there to hear what Dave just said. I'm not just a rapper trying to act. I'm an actor who knows how to rap. And he respects the craft. And I respect that about you. Now, I had to get that out of the way. So let me just say this. When I first started in the business, I came into New York in 79. And from 79 to 89, I was in New York, and Sam and Denzel and Charles Dutton and all of those guys were in front of me. Essa Pathan Murkison. And I knew that if I held on and took care of myself, I could make it. If I studied my craft. So I never did drugs. Now I smoked a little bit of weed, but I didn't drink all the way through college. I didn't smoke weed in college. I didn't start drinking until I was about 26 because I wanted to be able to handle it. And then early on, I read a great book by Dick Gregory called Eating with Mother Nature. Because you know, Dick Gregory used to be like almost 400 pounds.
Wow.
So then I cut out pork. And then in the last 6 months, because the girl I'm dating is a vegan, I've cut out meat. And I got to start working out a little more. I got to start walking. But I've cut out meat, and I'm mostly a pescatarian. And I've cut down on my alcohol, and I drink wine, and just praying and meditating every day. And then Beijing 59. That's my secrets.
I love it. I love it. So I don't know, like when you guys are into your part, besides just being an actor, do you like think about that person in the church? You know, it's always that one person that comes to mind that stood out. And then you're like, okay, that's how I'm gonna to make it, because it's so real. Everything is so real about this movie, Judgment Day, with everybody's acting. It's like you guys just grew up in a church foundation and y'all wrote all your own lines. Like everything is so authentic. I love it.
I'm gonna answer that real quick because I got to get off in a minute.
Okay.
Dave, I believe it's the writing, Dave. Would you say the writing? Sometimes you do a show and the writing is off, and you got to try to make it work. The writers on this show and the creative minds, man, they are on fire, and that's so they put us right in the pocket. For me, how do you feel, Dave?
Well, with me, it's sort of strange because of how I feel about pastors and preachers in real life.
Yes, sir.
I told them, I asked them before I accepted this part, if they would allow me to add a little bit, especially with the hair, with me having my hair twisted and being a little bit more cultural as a pastor. And they allowed me that freedom. And I told them I wanted to create a pastor that I would like, because I don't happen to care for a lot of pastors, not all pastors, but a lot of pastors myself.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I would agree with Clifton 100%. They took into account how I felt. And I said, I'm very hard on pastors in some parts of the church. And I said, I want to be that shining example. If there's not a pastor that exists like that, allow us to give vision so these kids will say, okay, I want to go to church because that's the kind of man I want to be like.
Yeah,
and so if you look at Pastor Green, he looks good. He's in shape most of the time. He's fly. I bring my own clothes. He's fly. I said, I wanted to be somebody that would attract the children to the word, because we're losing so many males to the church for that reason.
Right.
But let me interject, Dave. Let me interject. But also, what Dave Banner brings in, and first we got to say Bounce TV and Swirl Films, but Bounce TV family allows him to have the room to kind of explore that.
Yes.
But what Dave is saying is, it's a lot of men of the cloth that are playing both ends against the middle.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And it's like taking an oath when you get married. It's like, okay, you're taking an oath to be faithful. I know, because I fell far short. So at the end of the day, what Dave also brings is Pastor Green is from the inside out a good man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's
not perfect, not perfect, but a good man. Right.
Yeah.
And before Clifton came on, Jay, that's what I was telling you about the spirit of the people who act on this show. Like the conversations that me and Clifton have, like standing in front of our trailers, it adds to what you see, the temperament of the actual people who actually work on the show. Okay. That's what I was telling you about. Like, and you can't buy that. No, I don't care how great of an actor you are. There are some things that are just inherently inside of you. And that's a testament to Clifton too.
Right. Because Clifton, you are able to adapt to any circumstance. Like I done seen him in some places like, is that Clifton who just walked in? But he just, he's a chameleon. When it comes to whatever, he might not be all excited to be there, but he'll slide through, and then you'll see him graciously bow out. Mm-hmm. It's
well, like part of it is
a person.
Part of it is, and I think Dave can attest to this. I try to let my ego be in my work and not project it on people. Not walk in, like I'm Clifton Powell, so you people should be happy to see me. I was raised like Dave. My family's from Mississippi, Hattiesburg, right around there where Dave from. And I told you, Dave, my granddad owned a hi-hat club back in the day.
Yeah.
And I come from old Southern people where it ain't about you, man. Like,
right.
In some of my relationships, in the past, women, this ain't all about you. It's not all about me. Yes, I've been working. Yes, I've made great money, but a lot of times when you're on a show or movies, there are actors that have egos that are bigger than their work, and I never want to be like that. Now, do I know I'm Clifton Powell and I bring a certain level of excellence? Yes, but it's also pressure with that.
Yeah.
Because if you good, if you hit a home run every time, you can't just go back and start hitting singles.
Right.
So there's a pressure. So when you see me out and it's something I have to come to, I'm going to come and be gracious. And, I'm always going to try to take a time to sign an autograph or take a picture. And I've been disrespectful to a lot, but I still want to try to pray and meditate and put my best foot forward when we're at work.
Right.
Lou Gossett has a book called An Actor and a Gentleman.
Really?
And all the young actors and actresses out there, if you want to know why Dave Banner works all the time, because he's good to work with. If you want to know why Clifton Powell works all the time, because I try my best to be a good person to work with, a good teammate. And like we're not perfect, and if I do have to go off, I always make sure I'm justified. So that's how I came up in the theater. And the theater is more of a collaboration, and you're more like family. And you have to and you got to be responsible for your behavior. So that's part of my training.
Now, what do you guys want the viewers to take away from Judgment Day? Because I was just like, whoa, I was speechless. I saw the movie.
Hey, Dave, you answer that because you're a pastor. I know what I want people to take away. Rex Fisher is not to be played around with. I keep trying to tell y'all.
At all.
Y'all keep playing around with Rex. Every season, I keep trying to tell y'all, Rex is a gangster. Okay?
Right.
Go ahead, Dave.
Well, the thing that I say is that life is about balance, and things have a way of balancing themselves out in the end, regardless of the environment. There's some things that happen in the church. When I was reading it, I was like, how they gonna turn this around? Right. And they found a way to turn it around right at the end. And I don't want to give it away at all. I want people to be able to watch it. But what I'll say, life has a way, whether it's through nature, whether it's through vibrations, whether it's through karma, of balancing itself out. And sometimes people think it's about good and bad. It's not really so much about good and bad, because good and bad is really perspective, and depending on what you have to lose in the situation. But balance is the key to things. And Saints and Sinners has a way of really balancing it out.
Right. Are you filming now, Clifton, during COVID?
We just finished filming. We've been filming since August. I've been working since August. Everything's kind of quieted down now right after the holidays, and it's going to pick back up. But yeah, we filmed. God, it's a blessing. We filmed from August all the way up until mid-January.
Wow.
So right now I'm just kind of like reading scripts, and I got another piece I got to do out in LA in about a couple of weeks. But other than that, yeah, it's been a blessing. We've been working.
So how has that been on both of you mentally, filming with the testing, and then, you standing too close, even though y'all know we are negative, it's still in the back of your head, like, negative today, though, like, not too close. Does that bother you mentally, actors? Or do you have to just shut it out and do the work?
You take that, Dave. You go first, Dave. How has it affected you?
I'm going to be honest with you, love. I come from a very aggressive background, and I am careful, but I don't allow it to stop me from working. I fear not being able to eat more than I do dying from COVID right now. But what I do is I make sure that I'm safe, and I just want to do the work. Right. I tried Clifton talked about that. I try to stay focused on the work and allow everything else to fall to the side. And I know that these people in Hollywood and these folks don't want no lawsuits, so they're gonna make sure that everybody's as safe as possible. And I'm not gonna be reckless. So when we come to work, I hope as much as I possibly can that they've done what they need to do to make sure that everybody's safe. And I just really want to get the work done and go home.
Right.
So it doesn't really bother me. Like I grew up around bullets flying and people dying. So like, I don't worry about it as much as other people, and just try to stay as safe as I possibly can. What about you, Cliff?
Well, I got to say, I started off, I actually thought when I started seeing it move around in China and across the oceans, and I thought it was going to last 79 days. So I was like, oh, I can do 79 days standing on my head. you know, because being an entertainer in the early part of my career, when I was broke and poor, you had long periods of unemployment, and you had to figure out how to handle your time and be disciplined and create projects for yourself or find whatever you did to survive. So I'm a survivor, and I come out of the hood like Dave, and so I've seen worse. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like Dave. I'm scared of two things: the police and going to jail and running out of money again. And running out of money. I run out of money 4 or 5 times already. I've been homeless 4 times. I came down here, damn near was homeless. So I'm going to do what the guidelines say. But every now and then, it's starting to feel like overkill sometimes. And I got into a little confrontation not too long ago because I was trying to work, and the lady was saying, you need to put your mask on. I'm like, ma'am, I'm up here by myself working on my sermon. And I kind of snapped out. And I had to go back and apologize, talk to Keith Neal, who's my buddy. You know Keith. He's like, Cliff, first of all, you can't cuss in the church. That's one. Because I snapped out, Dave. You wasn't there. I told her, I said, hey, you can take that mask and whatever. And because I was trying to get my sermon down, you know?
Yeah. Again, Jay, if you look at what he's saying I'm trying to focus on the craft.
Right.
That's
I'm
what
trying
we're
to
here
focus
for.
on the craft.
Exactly.
Right. But they got a job to do.
Interrupting.
And I got mad. I told the congregation that was sitting way away from me. I said, I bet you if I was Robert De Niro, she wouldn't have done that shit. But let me say this. I was focused on that work because I know when they come into that church and they come into this scene, I can't hit a home run. I got to hit a grand slam. Okay. And the week before, I hit a single. So I'm like, I ain't about to hit another single.
Yeah.
But the girl was trying to do her job.
She was trying to do the same thing. I see what you said. She was trying to do the same thing you was doing. She was trying to focus on her job. Right. I see what you're saying.
This is where I think it becomes overkill.
When you're by yourself.
We get tested. I was by myself for one. If we get tested and we in the bubble, why we gotta keep wearing the mask all day? That's another problem. Now they're saying, well, people go to the store and they go home. Well, I'm good if you want to test me every day. Right. But it starts to feel like overkill. And then I felt like since she saw me working, she should have said from a distance, Mr. Powell, when you're done, I know you're kind of social distancing. Can you please put back on your mask? But that's something like Keith Neal told me, we got to go through SAG to deal with that because it boils down to lawsuits and money.
Yeah.
True.
So it's still and that's an isolated incident over like 7 or 8 weeks. But I lost it for a second. And then I had to go back the next day and apologize to the little girl, give her a hug, and tell her pastor I wasn't going to cuss in the church no more.
And I also think that that's connected to, you know, like you said, all of us thought that this was only going to last for a moment. And so it's the same way in your house and when you walk outside and the way that people look and, you know, we basically turned each other into walking bio warfare. And that's a certain level of pressure that most people don't think about within itself. So it bleeds over on to set also. There's a lot of pressure just in the world in general.
Period. And it's so much.
Let me say this. A lot of the actresses are frustrated because they got to put their makeup. You know, women are very particular. You know, they got to put their makeup on, their lipstick. Now they got to put the mask on. And the lipstick is messed up. The makeup is messed up. But then you got to put the shield on top of the makeup. On top of the mask. It's a lot. It's very challenging. I listen. I was in.
Are they still makeup artists?
I can't hear you.
They have makeup artists now, or they have to do?
Yeah. No, you have makeup artists. They got to wear shields.
Okay.
Everybody gets tested. You got to wear a shield. You got to wear a mask.
And that's close in your face when they're doing that makeup. That's a lot, right?
It's all a lot, and all you can do is it's just like the pandemic. It's ruining people's relationships.
I know
it's ruining people's.
Everybody is single. You, David, Christian.
I'm not single. Don't put me in there. I got a girl. If I say I'm single on here, I'm gonna be in trouble as soon as I get off this phone. I heard you saying you were single.
Well,
but I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna say
my relationship has been challenged because it's all about communication. I used to spending so much time together. Luckily, my girl and I are friends. You know. But go ahead.
I read stories about David and his philosophy on when he gets ready to find the wife, who the perfect wife might be. But for now, he wants to be the man everybody wants to marry. You know, I proposed to David about 4 times in 1 year.
Okay.
Hey,
Dave, you still got it, baby. You still got it, Dave.
I appreciate it, Dave. Hey, I'll say this. With me, I try to, even when I was on Universal, they used to tell me that I would be 4 or 5 times bigger if I let people into my life. I refuse. I had to tell my mom this, you know, especially from the environment that we from. I say, Mama, why do I want to put you on TV and then people who know who to come and duct tape? You know, I try to keep my personal life personal so that when I go home, I can be Lavelle Crump. And when I'm not, I can be David Banner. I don't want to give my whole life, although I love being an actor, I love being a rapper, I love being an entertainer. I think that's one way that you sell out. It's not just selling out, you know, culturally. Selling out is when you give everything. Nothing is supposed to be your God but God. So like I try my hardest, you know, to keep my personal life outside of the business. And then, you know, the truth is I want every woman to feel like they're close.
That's that old player stuff right there. You know, one of my old players, you know, he an old player. I went to college with him. You know, I called him complaining before I met my girl. I was like, man, he said, Cliff, stop. Keep them all close. And I was like, all of them? He said, yeah, keep them all close. So, you know, but let me say this.
Know about that philosophy right there.
If you don't understand, listen, I've been in Hollywood for 25 years. I was married for almost 15. The divorce rate is 90%.
Yes.
If you don't build your friendship first and have someone who's really loyal and sincere,
yes,
it'll be your worst nightmare, period. And Dave understands that, coming from where he comes from. And I just had to figure it out because I lost $5 million in my divorce. And so now with my friend that I'm with, the young lady I'm with, is driving her effing nuts, but I talk about everything because I met an older couple and the guy told me, he said, I'm gonna tell you what it is, sir. You gotta be friends first and you gotta be able to communicate. Communication is 99% of your work.
Jay, I tell you something that I've learned that's changed all of my relationships in my life.
What's that?
Is that if you love somebody, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong.
True.
Like that was the best thing that I learned. Like if a person perceives something, I used to be the type of person, if I know I'm right, I really don't care how you feel. Like you just got to deal with the truth. But what I learned is you comfort people first. And then once they are calm, then you show them what the truth is. But if you love somebody, you don't want them to hurt and you just have to stop the pain. And once I figured that out, it made all of the relationships in my life so much easier.
Okay.
Wow. Well, and you know what, Dave? I'm going to say something. I'm exact opposite, man. I come out of the hood. Mm-hmm. I lost all my shit. I gave it away. I was angry. And literally, when I came down here, a lot of people don't know, I had $100 in my pocket, man. Damn. I hit rock bottom. But I heard a pastor say, while I was going through my divorce, he said, sometimes God got to put you in a mess to clean you up. Mm-hmm. And all my boys that ran with me when I had the girls and the money and you know, we drinking, I bought all the liquor, I bought all the girls, I bought all the fun. And these are guys that I thought if something happened to me would hold me down. Right. Men and women. And when I hit rock bottom, they all disappeared. Now, I didn't understand then that it was my angels clearing my life out and getting me ready for the next part of my journey. Because like Dave would tell you, it's lonely at the top. Yeah. And so what I've learned is what you just said, something really powerful. You got to learn how to comfort people first. Because in the middle of that pain and that emotion trying to communicate, it's going to be chaotic.
Yep.
True.
And my girl is teaching me, and I tell her all the time, even at my age, how to be in love. A lot of us didn't see great relationships. I grew up in the streets, so I saw violence. I saw men beating women. I saw people pulling guns on each other. I saw women fighting men, and you can't grow up. And this is what women are struggling with. A lot of men don't know how to be in love. A lot of women don't know how to be in love. And so
a lot of people don't know how to function without chaos. It's trauma.
Yeah. It seems like some people only find their comfort level when there's chaos. It's like everything is going smooth, and that's just not good enough. And now with the younger generation, I'm noticing these young boys don't know how to date. They're always on the phone, they're texting, they're, everything's emoji language. They can do a whole paragraph in emojis, and no one's really communicating.
Well, don't put that just on the little boys. I think that's all
the
of us.
Little girls too. All of them. Hey, listen, you gotta this whole new millennial is different. I mean, man, I was dating this girl before I met my girl now back in LA, and I would say, hey, darling, get off your phone. She turned her phone off and she went into shock almost. I said, I need my phone. I'm like, we at the movies, boo-boo, turn your phone off. She put the phone underneath her thighs, kept the phone on still. I'm like, this shit is crazy.
Yep.
But that'll let you know that person is not into you. And we got to rewrite the rules, because the new millennials will be on their phone and still be listening to you. When I was coming up, you listen with your eyes, not with your ears. You're going to look at me. So it's all different now. And all I can say to anybody out there that's struggling with relationships is stop pointing fingers, point the finger at yourself. Right. Nobody does anything to you. Take responsibility for what you allow and communicate. And understand that you got to learn about and read about love. And when I teach classes, I have books that help me understand it, and I'm still understanding. But I like what you said, Dave. I'm going to go, but I'm going to take that with me. You got to comfort people first before you really can start communicating, breaking things down. That's amazing.
Yep. I was about to say the same thing, Jay. I'm so sorry. I gotta move to the next one.
It's all good. I enjoyed it. I just wanted to touch on this so we can put it out to the masses, so we can get this out to Rolling Out. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, the whole audio part. And then I put the video on rollingout.com, but we want to get it everywhere and write up individual articles so people can understand what you guys are going through, because we can't see everybody and socialize at events like we used to do 3 times a week. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
let me say this before we go. Before you go, Dave, make sure y'all tune in to see Judgment Day, the Saints and Sinners movie, February 14th on Bounce TV. David Banner, myself, Vanessa Bell Calloway, the cast, Christian Keys, everybody's going to be there, and it's going to be good and fun and juicy. Write in, tell them you want to see season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm trying to buy me a boat.
Yeah. Love y'all. Y'all be good,
Love
man.
you, bud. All right, bro. Thank you, sister.
All right, have a good one.
All right, see you later.
Awesome.
See you later. Thank you, David.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chris.
That was dope.
Thank you, darling.